Hi, everyone. I wanted to take a moment to talk about the P and the framework I use when creating a meditation plan for my clients, which is the Peace framework. Today, we're going to dive into the purpose, just understanding your why for meditating and how it can help you refocus when you're struggling to stay on track or to center yourself. Also, um, during this video, I'll share a bit about my own purpose for meditating and how I recenter myself when life kind of throws me off track. Because, we can start something and then it can be difficult to stay on track because of all the things that we have to do in a day or in a week. So I'll share some tips about how I stay on track with my meditation routine. But first, before I get into all of that, let me introduce myself. My name is Atia, and my mission is to create a safe space, excuse me, where Black women over 40 can cultivate and sustain a meaningful meditation routine, helping them to reduce stress, find calm within, and reclaim their power. We know that we have a lot on our plates day to day, week to week, month to month. And meditation can be something that can help just manage the stress of having to deal with so many things at once. So now I will get into my why for meditating, which is also considered my purpose. So meditation for me has always been a way to recenter and ground myself. Um, I was first introduced to meditation in college. I had a professor who would lead a meditation for about 15 minutes before we started class. This was a class that was in the evening, so a lot of the people that attended the class also have full time jobs. So she would lead the meditation as a way for us to relax before we started getting into the subject matter. So I had started practicing on my own once, I learned that this was meditation and what to do and the breaths to take and how to relax myself. I started doing it on my own. But eventually, just the stress of working and going to school at night kind of threw me off track. So I stopped. And it wasn't something that I just decided to do. It was something that just gradually started happening. I just started meditating less and less until eventually I wasn't meditating as much as I was before. So the main reason for me stopping back then while I was in school and working was because I felt like I didn't have time to meditate. So a few years later, um, I entered a very stressful time in my life, and therapy wasn't as accessible back then as it is now. And also, I really couldn't afford it. My insurance didn't cover it. So, like therapy during this period, now looking back, I know that I needed a therapist, but it just wasn't doable for me at the time. So, I just turned back to meditation as a way to cope, and it made a huge difference. Just from that point on, I meditated consistently from that moment till about 8 years. So until about 2020. So I started maybe in 20, really actually like 7 years. So 2012, 2013, I started meditating for like maybe about 8 years. And this was a routine that I kept going for a long time. Then around 2020, where a lot of people were starting to kind of look within themselves, I fell off. I fell off with the meditating. I was home a lot and I was indulging in some activities that I probably should not have been doing at the time. I guess I was just so happy to be home, working from home. So I picked up some unhealthy habits, and it just kind of started to affect my well being slowly. Um, Slowly but surely, it just started to creep up on me. And in 2022, I realized that I just needed to recenter myself again. So I started diving deeper into meditation and reading about Buddhism. And since 2022, I've been recommitted to my meditation practice. So there were some things that was happening that I felt like I needed to recenter myself and pull back from. And meditation was the thing that helped me refocus and, you know, continue going forward. So meditation helped me to release most of my bad habits and just kind of navigate the stress that I was experiencing at the time, such as just supporting my mother through her health journey. She had some health issues, and I was supporting her with that. And today, I feel like my purpose for meditating is to stay centered and grounded. And it's been a huge part of what my daily activity. Whenever I feel like I'm being thrown off, I just kind of reconnect with my why, which is my purpose, and it helps me regain focus. So, this is one of the reasons why I really want to help Black women kind of develop a routine, because I know it's hard, and it's really difficult to stay consistent, especially when you're being pulled in multiple directions. You know, it can be really hard to do. But when you have a clear purpose, a clear reason for why you want to start meditating, it becomes easier to be committed to your practice. And again, this is why I'm out here trying to help people kind of cultivate a meditation routine that they can stick to. So that's my story and that's my purpose. And I'd love for you to share what your why is. Just leave in the comments why you meditate or why you want to start meditating. Also, leave what problems, like what difficulties you've had while trying to meditate. And I look forward to seeing what you guys write. And thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.